tes. Warnanya mlebu ya? Ya, nanti. Mmm, musik musik. Tes tes. Patah-patahin. Oh ya, ke media ngene ra gelem. Apa? Oke. Ke media. Dasar ik udah. Ini toh dari sar. Iki wis mulai. Jal cete. Iya, iya. Oh iya, transfer. Ini apa itu? Hilang langsung. Air metu jate hilang. Coba pilih itu hilang. Enak ya. Oke, yang metu ya. Wah, halo Bro, halo. Ya, Kak, iya, betul deh. Iya, siap. Iya, betul. Iya, TikTok-nya sih salah, titik-titik TikTok-nya salah. Ya, nah, oh, cak, halo, oh, bener.
the orange and black, while Comoros are in the white with a trim of green. They'll definitely have quite a bit to do in here. Rafiki Said Ahmada is their main man up front.
He did a lot of running against Morocco. We'll see if he's still got the energy to run at this Zambian defense.
Long ball launched forward, and that will harmlessly yield to the goalkeeper. Yannick Pando did have quite the heroics. The 24-year-old saved a penalty on match day one, just as his opposite number, Willard Mwanza, did. Willard Mwanza facing a couple of shots in there, having a brilliant shot stoppage percentage.
He was very crucial for Zambia. Willard Mwanza made some very crucial saves, and that's what you need in tournaments like this. You need a steady goalkeeper that can give you that confidence.
Well, out to the flank, Said Bakari tries to get onto the front foot. Maulinda is the man that was brought in as one of the substitutes here to start this particular game. Willy character that he is, the left winger.
Some good defensive work from Lubambo Msonda, who has just been stripped of the armband and made as a vice captain, but he's very crucial for this team. Very cool, calm footballer that he is, and he leads this team very, very well.
Zambia try to find their way forward, and that's the fast coming together. The referee called into action little over 60 seconds on the clock. Stefano Cusin, 57-year-old Italian, coach here for Comoros, knows that there's a tall order out here for him. They've only won one match at the African Cup of Nations. This is their second appearance. Only won one, and that was when they did beat the Black Stars in 2021. They're back. That's been their mantra. But for him, the task will be to better the odds compared to that first-time appearance. There's a quick clearance here.
Yeah, very good long ball from Benson Sakala, just finding Fashion Sakala, who runs at his man, and that's one of his strengths, and he'll be very crucial for this Polo Polo team in this game today.
Hefty clearance.
Kastel rumah aku jadi gel lagu ini sing style kayak kono tok. Aku ra iso ngrungokno. Yuk. Nah, tunggu aku nanya. Dan nah, kurang. Tunggu apa? Gue buka karo anu ini lho, Windows iya Windows gila iya. Mati bisa apa? Tinggal mana belum ngecek. kan pengamat temperatur badan. Di muka meramal dan ramal. Jokowi buka orang. Tes. Nah, ikutan tes. Yes. Jangan buka Discord dulu.
Back of the net. Zambia nil. Comoros 1.
Yep, like we have been saying the whole time, I think Comoros have just playing it around, trying to bring Zambia out of their positions, and it has finally paid off for the Comoros. There some very good play from them, some very good work down the line there from Rafiki Said. They're playing it, taking his man on and just going straight into the box there, and he gets that. Some very good skill from there. If you just see there, and what an easy tapping. Easiest goal a striker can ask for.
Mezien Mauli is definitely been the thorn in the side here of Zambia's short potency right from the word get-go, and ultimately gets his dividends. That takes his tally to 6 goals in 19 appearances here for Comoros. How does Zambia respond?
Yeah, there'll be the big response right now. Zambia, I mean, every game is one of the midfield. You can see here, Comoros dominating this midfield, trying to create something, and they finally found their goal. And now Zambia will have to fight hard to get back into this game. It looks like it was a foul there. The referee is going to have a look at it.
Oh, that's interesting. There'll be a change
Di
from
situ
the VAR. It looks like that's definitely going to wipe off a smile off the face of the Parisian-born Brazilian leader. Echoes here. There was an incident earlier that we did hint about, the foul that
That was a foul. That was definitely a foul. Very unfortunate for Comoros that the ball is probably going to be ruled off. But that was a foul.
Owen Tembo is left on the ground reeling. We did talk about that in the build-up to the goal, that they were down a man. Play continued. Now the referee is called to the pitch side monitor to have another look at the actions of Yassine Borhan, who was the man involved in the coming together. And yes, that's the incident that will be investigated, as it's reeled back again and again, trying to ascertain from close quarters. Foul has definitely looked like it. We could have this one chopped off. More speculation will come to a quick close. The referee is back onto the field of play. Its decision, anyone counts.
No clue. Masih tak clue.
According to the officiation, and we're right back to square one.
Yeah, very fair call from the referee there. And he took that the yellow card was deserving as well. There, but I think that's the call, but it's a very, very good call from VAR and the referee.
Well, that's an interesting turn of events here. Zambia can count themselves pretty lucky. That foul notwithstanding, they've been a little lackluster. They've left a lot of initiative handed over to Morocco. A team that last kept a clean sheet in their final game against Cape Verde in 2015. They've been pretty porous of recent Zambia. That's something they must tighten up.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they've seen that Comoros' intention here is to punish them, and they need to get into this game. They need to try and dominate this midfield, which they're failing to do at the moment.
It's another quick break here for Comoros. On the attack, Saidi Bakari plays it back into that center of the park. Yassine Borhan. Nice neat touches from Zaidu. Ismail Bora electrifying the pace he has and a good range of crossing as he puts it on display here. Out to the flank, looking to skip one marker. That ball well intercepted. Timely as well from Lubambo Musonda. Doesn't seem to have the support that he requires to play out of those pockets of space, and that's inviting Comoros to come in and attack.
Yeah, they're not marking as a unit in the middle of the pitch. They're leaving a lot of spaces and they're making themselves vulnerable, and that is what Comoros is exposing right now. So they need to be tighter in the midfield just to close up those small gaps, and they need to open up as well when the team has the ball, especially the forward players.
Well, temperatures have dropped another 2 degrees centigrade. I know, I can tell. But it looks like it's hitting up further on the pitch. 23 minutes of play, 0-0. And Comoros once again look to exploit Route 1 this time. Going through the center of the park, the ball is popped right in. It looks like the cutback design. This time, the defense doing its job pretty well, and that will only count for a goal kick.
Yeah, some good play again from the Comoros from the middle of the park. Zambia would need to press a little bit more there to try and dominate this midfield. Because whenever Zambia has the possession, Comoros seems to be just closing them, and they're not really giving themselves a lot of options when in possession, and it's creating some problems there. They can't get out of the possession.
Niziane Maulida already talked about the fact that he is the tormentor in chief, and once again trying to get himself onto that ball. Most definitely thrown his hat in the ring and proven the coach's decision to bring him on as worthwhile. Only played 8 minutes in the game against Morocco. Coach Hussein opting to throw him in from the start, and it's a move that so far looks like it's paying dividends.
Yeah. You can see Zambia is trying to play off the counter-attack, because every time they get the ball, the wingers are spreading wide out. But that last ball that's supposed to find the winger, It's just not meeting its mark. They need to do better if they're going to use this counter attack that they're looking for.
Zambia created only 2 big chances in the entire 90 minutes against Mali, and both shots coming in the second half. They've had 2 here so far. Not quite the volume of ratio that many would anticipate in this particular matchup. And Comoros are giving them plenty to think about in that back line as they now look to attack on the front foot. Carrying the ball forward, Luvambo Musonda. Musonda in possession has support from Owen Tembo. Well, asking for the ball is Matthews Banda. Won't get it just as yet as Musonda is back onto the ball. The change of passes here. They drop the ball further back to the defense. Benson Sakala. Matthews Banda. Possession. Back to Sakala. Well, just can't open up that Sadi defense. Or block that is well contained here. Defending as a unit, Comoros, you have to give them their props. They're doing everything according to the game plan.
Yeah, that's the difference between them and Zambia right now. They're acting as a block and they're closing off all those little spaces so Zambia can't just find the space. Which means that now Zambia is being forced to play backwards. So, good job from the Comoros, but also a good job from Zambia just getting out of that position and not being desperate and trying to force themselves into losing the ball necessarily.
Zambia have faced off with 2 COSAFA opponents in the African Cup of Nations. That was against Mozambique in 1998, a game that they won 3-1.
Ending.
And against South
Pressure
Africa
ending.
in 2006, a game they also won by 1-0. So definitely know how to deal with the COSAFA opponents. Yeah, and this one just won't go away easy. You get that feeling.
Yeah, it's a local derby, and I think Comoros should be given the kudos as well. They've done very well over the last 5 years. They've played AFCON in a row. So they've really improved and they're not pushed over anymore as they used to be before. So Zambia is aware of that and they just have to work even harder to they are going to get a result from this game.
They'll go on the hunt once again, trying to invite Delakim Abdallah. He's doing a very impressive job of running rings out on that flank as well. Want to probe a little faster. Yeah, the ball rolls out here for a throw in. Same for that earlier instance where the goalkeeper Pando almost made a meal of the ball. Haven't really seen much from Patson Daka, something similar to what we saw in the game against Mali. Have of, well, lack of a better word, support. We couldn't fashion out so many opportunities, and now, once again, Zambia find themselves on the back foot. Chance to cross the cutback. Seems to be their weapon of choice. The cutback consistently, that's the 4th time. Seeing them attempting it out here in the box area.
Yeah, that's
Zambia getting the wiser to it.
Yeah. They need to be very careful and watch for that ball. You mentioned Patson Daka not getting that support, that ball that he's looking for. He's a runner, so he's always looking for that ball behind the defense. And it has just not come yet. And we'll be hoping the midfielders will try to pick him up. One of the balls behind there.
Luvambo Musonda. Out here to fashion Junior Sakala. Dominic Chanda. Finds his way into the center of the park. That's an immaculate touch. Matthews Banda getting it on to Kings Kangwa. Supposed to be one of the creative outlets here, but he's equally been starved of possession. Yes, once again, Comoros hold tight. And now look to launch a quick release forward. This time, Dominic Chanda, very wise to their ways. Pretty willy defending here from Dominic Chanda. Gentleman that plays also for Power Dynamos in Zambia.
Very consistent performer for Power Dynamos. Dominic Chanda done very well for them. Just that challenge from Matthews Banda, defending from him.
Matthews Banda, one of those that knows how to pick his moments, especially with his stuff. He's a very clean player, even in the local league when he plays for Nkana FC. Not one that tends to pick up needless cards. He's bringing the same crisp kind of defending out there to the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, one of those young players from the Zambian Premier League playing for one of the biggest clubs in the country, Ghana, and does that very, very well because he set himself.
Well, a shot from distance. That was pretty speculative. Saw the opportunity, opted to take it. And seen a lot from him as well. That is Yusuf.
Yeah,
A quick smile in here.
good interchange of play there between Chagama and Musiani, our leader. They have been very, very good in this first half, working hard. And we have seen Chagama can actually hit them from that distance, so Zambia will need to try and make sure that he doesn't get in that space where he can get his strikes off.
Changama is definitely one of those that will be counted as a threat. The captain here that plays in Saudi Arabia for Al Batin. That did have his 80 minutes of play in the first match. He expected to probably play a lot more in this particular one. He's the 35-year-old central midfielder. And now with the African Cup of Nations shifting to 2027, big questions on whether he will be present again should Comoros manage to qualify. Or this could be his swan song.
Yeah, from the way he's playing, he looks like he takes good care of himself. I think he's a good professional, and we might maybe get to see him as in the next 2 years as well.
Well, that's play just recently joined Al Batin in the second division of the Saudi League. Gentleman that was born in Marseille opted to represent Comoros. He's captain right here.
Yeah. Not very easy to break into that French national team, no? So you go where you can make it.
Well, Daz play a range of positions, by the way. Entire midfield, central, attacking, defensive.
Yeah.
Tonight deployed as number 10. That's definitely enjoying a good spell up front with a lot of support from his teammates. Right now they have to keep their wits about them. That's a very good defending there from Soili Ahmed.
Yeah.
The defense just jousting away.
It's a bit too easy for Comoros in the defense because Zambia are not being aggressive. They're not being intentional with their attacks, and that made this Comoros defense look very, very good. And they need to be a little bit more aggressive when they go forward.
Over half an hour of action, still goalless. We did at one moment think we had a goal, but VAR had other thoughts. And so, still locked in a stalemate. Normally they'll tell you that a point is better than nothing at all, but not sure that would suffice in this match. Both these teams are definitely out here for all 3 points. That's the intent.
Yeah.
Good clearance from goalkeeper Mwanza. This time picked up in the midfield here by the Chipolo Polo. Looking to get themselves onto the front foot. Good control from Lamek Banda. On the attack here, going on a one-on-one. That's a very smart outlook to the game that Comoros are consistently deploying. Have not allowed Lamek Banda an opportunity to go one-on-one with his marker, always ganging up with at least 2 players, and that takes him away. He's a very willing customer, and they indeed their research.
Yeah, of course. That's one of the biggest leagues in football, so they definitely know a lot about him. I mean, he's one of the teams that Juventus played, so they are very aware of what he can do, so they won't give him any space to operate.
Crosses in. Oh, that needed a little more guile behind it. It was just too bland and too easy to pick up there for the defense. Zambia not making full use of the corner.
Yeah, not the best delivery from the ever reliable set piece Stephen King somewhere there. His teammates had all gone and made up one big punch where they were expecting the ball to fall to, but just didn't find them.
Also throw in, and a very elaborate preparation here by Matthews Banda. Well, all the way to the 18-yard box, that's absolutely certain. Well, decides to fool everybody and take another direction, gets the ball back, chance for a cross, whipped in. Doesn't clear the first line of defense. Good defensive header away, and a back pass that could invite the poacher in Hudson Daka. Play back. Good pick up. Matthews Banda picks the ball. Lamek trying to get himself closer here. And that plays for Lissier in Italy.
Yeah. You see, every time he gets the ball, there's always a man next to him. They just don't want to give the space for him to run at them. But for Matthews Bande, these throw-ins are more like taking a set piece, like a corner. So it's definitely going to be launching into the box. Very dangerous.
Another elaborate preparation here from Matthews Banda before launching a cannon of a throw into the 18-yard box. It's affirmatively cleared away. And an opportunity fashioned out here. Oh, that was troubling. Kings Kangwa trying to make something out of nothing here.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be an encouraging sign here for Moses Strone's men.
Yeah, very encouraging. Those throws from Matthews are very dangerous. You can just see the awareness outside the box as well from Kings. He's just waiting under the box for anything that falls for him, and he picks it up and just doesn't get that shot that he was looking for. But some very good play from Zambia.
Well, Zambia now getting themselves another opportunity. Back, ball taken away. Lamek Panda takes the shot, ball blocked away, and scampered clear by Comoros. Well, they haven't had a lot of time to do some defensive work, but now that will be called upon here as we come to the tail end of the first half. Final 10 minutes to play, and Zambia might just surprise us and could have actually planned this. In boxing, it's called the rope-a-dope technique.
Yes.
Soaking the pressure and then strike at the tail end. I wonder if someone has been watching a lot more of Muhammad Ali's matches right now and is trying to implement that on the pitch.
Yeah. Don't tell the world the kind of moment. One punch and is on the fight.
Tomorrow.
Confident, but Pato Daka, I think, should have taken that shot himself because he was right in front of the goalkeeper. Then just could have put the ball in the far post there, but he chose to pass it. But I think the better option from the striker in that position was to try and hit the target.
Well, the coach Stefano Cousin, he points out the fact that Zambia have some high-quality attackers, and also insisted in the pre-match conference that they were prepped heavily on the tactical end. It's paid off, and he wasn't far from the truth. Zambia with a couple of players that can ultimately put you to the sword given half an inch or a whiff of goal. Sundaka, main orchestrator in that end. They've done pretty well to nullify the threat so far.
Absolutely. Zambia always has some very dangerous players, and in this pitch we've got Fashion Sakala, Pato Daka, Kings Kangwa, the young Davis Nkonda, and Lamek Banda on the wing here. That's a very, very important attacking team that Zambia have, and give them a space. They will punish you just like Mali lent in the last game. So hopefully they can do that as well.
Willard Mwanza is definitely giving a couple of people in Lusaka a few heartbeat skips. So the last thing you want to see your goalkeeper miss out on controlling that ball. But Zambia look to launch onto the offensive once again. There's a slip up, but it works in their favor. Patson Daka trying to measure the range, realizes the distance is a bit wayward for him. Owen Tembo retrieves, looking for the 1-2. The link up not solid between Lamek Banda and Patson Daka.
Yeah. Every time Zambia knocking fast, they look very dangerous, and they need to do a little bit more of that. We're trying to find those little passes in the little space that they have been allowed to operate from, and they know dangerous players that can punish the Commerce. At the moment, Commerce seems to have taken the pedal a little bit, and Zambia have taken over the game, and this is where Zambia wants to hit Commerce as soon as they can.
Just another look at that opportunity Patson Daka had. Opted to go for the cutaway to the center of the park, but didn't yield anything. For Stefano Cousin, the instruction was pretty clear. But for the moment, they find themselves with Yannick Ahmed Pandor on the ground. Had an earlier coming together with Patson Daka in the chest. And looks like they've had a renewal of acquaintances once again. Coming in and swept away, landing awkwardly.
Yeah, the best pass from the defender to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper didn't have the best of touches. And Patson, as usual, the striker that he is, not a bit of blood that to go for it, but just a little bit of pressure from him in that position, just catches the goalkeeper late.
Well, get a bit of medical attention. Let's take a couple of seconds here to review the second match tale of the tape. While at the African Cup of Nations, Zambia have failed to win their second group game match in their last 11 African Cup of Nations appearances. In that spell, it's been 7 losses and 4 draws. The last time they won their second group match game was in 1996, defeating Burkina Faso 5-1, which coincidentally also happened to be the last time they started the tournament with a draw and a win. Looking at Comoros, well, they've only been to the African Cup of Nations once, and their second match update, they did lose to the very same team they lost to in the opening match here, Morocco, and in true form of consistency, even then, it was a 2-0 loss. They've never scored in their first 2 African Cup of Nations campaigns, so that's something they thought they had broken out here. The only time they've scored at the African Cup of Nations it was floodgates 3-2 against Ghana, which was their last match of the African Cup of Nations group stages 2021, and their only win at the tournament to date.
Yeah, the only win to date was one of the biggest wins in their footballing history. Also, they would take the draws, but when it matters most, they will get the win, and it was a very sweet win for them against Ghana.
Whatever way you want to look at it, this is a big scalp for them if they can manage to nick a win here from Zambia, and they're playing with that intent. There's a foul here, free kick. The referee will pronounce himself on the position of the set piece to be taken. A little shady there from Sakala.
Yeah, not the best of defending from him, that was the striker was not dangerous because he wasn't facing him, so he just had to guide him and make him play the ball backwards, but he overcommitted and was that foul in a very dangerous position for Comoros.
Well, any surprise that once again it's Zian Maulida, who's the man that is fouled. He's really become a thorn in their side, a real cat among the pigeons.
Great energy from him. He's been running the whole game, trying to create something for himself and for his team, and he's really been good for them. Let's see what they can get from here, because we've seen Chagana can really hit them from this type of range.
Well, there'll be no doubt he should be the main candidate to take this one. Yusuf Changama. We also have Rafiki Saeed Ahmada as a possibility. Yusuf takes the strike and sway one. Just couldn't wrap his foot around the ball well enough.
Yeah, not the best of set pieces from him there. I'm trying to think of what he was trying to actually do there. I don't think he was very excited. Oh, you can see he was trying to dip it in, but just didn't get on. But he's very dangerous from that position. Zambia would not want to allow him more strikes from that kind of range.
And so with little under 2 minutes of normal time before time to be added, and it's still Zambia nil, Comoros nil. Zambia slowly and steadily rousing themselves into this competition. This particular match, Comoros have been on them as thick as thieves, sticking to them like a shadow. Once again looking to attack. Abdallah with the cross. Still danger in the box area. That ball could land anywhere, but ultimately Zambia get the lucky pick of the straw. And that's hacked clear. Oh, that's definitely a foul here. Ahmed Soilihi, a little too aggressive needlessly there.
Yeah, he knows what is up against, so he wants to be as aggressive as he can, not to allow this man in the space, because he knows that he can hurt him.
The attack out on the left, Fashion Junior Sakala hasn't had as much positive impact as his coach would desire. It's a feeble attempt at a cross. I haven't seen literally any cross coming in from the left flank. Maybe just one or two that we've seen from the right. That should tell you a lot about the wing play here of Chipolopolo. They've been stifled in the middle. They've been cut away at the flanks. They've been starved of all attacking intent.
Yeah, you can see that Comoros did a very good homework on this Zambian team. They have closed off Fashion Sakala and Banda, knowing that they are the dangerous players for this team, and if you give them any space, they will punish you. So, some very good work from Comoros.
Abdullah Abdallah Ball is snatched away. Patson Daka dropping deep into his own half to try and start offensive attack. That doesn't yield any dividends as yet.
Yeah. Daka trying to play fashion in space there, but just doesn't put a lot of power on the ball, and it's cut off by the Comoros defense, who have been very, very solid in this game, this half so far.
August Mwape Sichone did remark at how good Comoros as a team and his team could find out here firsthand. Speaking about the fact that they were facing off with a team with very quick players that know how to position themselves on the pitch. That's exactly what he said yesterday in the press conference, or the pre-match conference, and it's coming to pass here. Moses Sichone taking over from Avram Grant, slightly again on short notice. Seems to be a Zambian thing. The last time they won the African Cup of Nations, it was a quick change that brought in Rene Abre, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah,
You were there.
I was a very, very good coach, Heverna, very aggressive, but it was good working with him. And I hope it makes sense for Moses Sichone as well. You know, I mean, he took over from his boss, Avram Grant, so he definitely learned a lot from the old man. And hopefully it will work out for him and his second team in this tournament.
Ora trying to string together some passes, but this is the bread and butter of Polo Polo. For them to play one-touch football, they know how to take advantage of it. But Comoros stand the tide once again on the attack. Saidi Bakari sees space ahead of him. Hopes to race a little bit forward. Big side step. Changama back to defense. Yusuf Changama was covering loads of spaces up in that midfield from end to end. A little too slow there from Saidi Bakari. Easily dispossessed. On the attack, Lubambo Musonda wants to go through the center. Ball finally finds its way to the flank for Fashion Junior Sakala. Interesting switch of flanks. Junior Sakala is finding himself now on the right. And that means Lamek Banda will take the left flank. Crossing for Patson Daka. The Comoros looked like they had it closed down, but still always a potent threat, even just half an inch.
Yeah, that's his strength. He doesn't care how much space you give him, he'll always try to find something out of it, and that's one of his very, very dangerous moves. So you don't want to give him any space at all. But he just the ball there just sways away from him, but he was trying to head it back for Fashion Sakala.
Well, that was a big mistake there from the defense. They really needed to close him tighter.
Exactly.
Got away with one there.
Yeah. You mentioned the change of wings between Fashion Sakala and Lamek Banda. I think sometimes, you know, as a footballer, as a winger, when it's not working on one side, you try on the other side as well. And it's probably what they're trying to do here, because it hasn't worked out for Lamek on this wing, just like it didn't work out for him against Mali. So it's trying to stack on the other side.
Well, they have little few minutes that have been added from the 5. We've already played 3. Comoros still have the upper hand.
Yeah, in terms of position, they have really had the upper hand. In terms of goal scoring opportunities, I think it was equal, I think, in terms of what they have created.
Ooh, a little too skillful for his own good there, Ismail Bora. They're holding on. Kenan, Oibibo. Back to the defense. You've seen Bohan dropping deep to pick the ball. This is good play. Saidi Bakari losing possession, and now a chance to break forward here for Zambia. There's a run, but that was spotted late. Going back, is that going to count as an offside? It's a big question here. Twisting one way, then the other. The shot coming in from Kings. Now flag stays down. They need to move the ball faster. Kings making a very good run in. He just wasn't spotted in time.
You see, Fashion Sakala is just trying to take his man and put those crosses for Patson Daka. I think that has been one of the reasons why he has changed wings. Because Patson has been starting of service, and now they're trying to create some service for him, which is a good tactical change between the two wingers.
Good play there from Fashion Junior Sakala. Now Kings Kangwa, who delivers. There's a bit of a discussion in that box area for the Chipolo Polo. Could be the final bit of action in the first half. The ball is whipped into the near post, and that's easily averted from danger. A steady pressure from Owen Tembo paying off. But that will be all that she writes for the first 45 minutes. An open battle was promised, an open battle we have seen. Attacking intent on both ends, different contrasts of style. At one point, we almost thought we had that opening goal, but it just wasn't to be yet. As the two teams return to the dressing rooms, it's halftime here at the stadium known as Mohammed V in Casablanca. Comoros nil, Zambia nil. But with the lights fade, first half and all around the Casablanca area, it is the tale of the tapes here that show that Comoros have been very much in charge of the lion's share of the possession. 53.3 to press down Zambia to 46.7. They've had one shot on target, but not much that could be said in that regard for Zambia, who have found themselves starved of attacking intent. There have been more ball recoveries for Comoros, who have managed to maintain tactical discipline at the back. And that's been the key to their being able to attack more often than not. 8 fouls committed by Zambia to the 7 for Comoros, and just one offside that was counted against Comoros. Day 2 at the Mohammed V Stadium goes off to a flying start with brilliant weather and clear skies. Of course, we take on Zambia. Both teams walking into this game knowing that 3 points is an absolute must if they are to keep their hopes alive in the running of the African Cup of Nations 2025. A few early glimmers of hope here for Comoros, who took the advantage of the lion's share in the first half, and a hint of what probably would have been a penalty had it been called. The referee shishing it away, and Zambia lived to tell the tale and scar. little later on, there was what should have been a routine pass that could have been picked up, but it was Milo here by Pandor, almost gifting Patson Daka with what would have been his second goal in the tournament. And a quick save of blushes here for Comoros goalkeeper. Just managed to get away with it and bring the match ball Itiri under his control. Later on, Comoros would show some intent. The team Comoros, but that was to be very short. With a quick glance at the VA later on, calling the match referee to the road pitchside monitor. Owen Tembo fouled in the build-up, and that goal not counting. And the scoreline was reset back to 0-0. Well, Comoros weren't to be outdone. A couple more chances fashioned out, and this time a shot from outside of the 18-yard box area. A decent attempt there from Yusuf Changama, the captain. And it proved to be one of the few pointers or the bright glimmers of this first half. The first half coming to a conclusion, both teams still locked in a stalemate. 45 more minutes to follow right here at Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca.
To the Australian Open. I love the Australian Open because it's the survival of the fittest.
The Australian Open is about fashion. It's about smiles and smiles.
It's like a good time to me.
No, it's a masterpiece of performance. So strong in so many ways. Mile over mile. Outrageous. It is a fight to the end.
Come on, the Open is about glamour.
Serenity is pure soul. A new star is born, and this crowd is smashing. It's more than
It is about elegance.
discipline. Rhythm is barbaric. It's ruthless.
Oh, please shut up. You know it's about song.
There's something for people. The last one. The magic ignites. The night spectacular. Between the glory. Big on.
We are eager.
TikToks.
You get some sleep. You can make that. You have the capacity to win every game. Let's go with that again. Can we do it again? Of course. That's what you dream about.
Five matches. Chico.
Highest level women's professional. All play each other home and away. Big crowds with real. Invincibles Chelsea are the defense. Chelsea's sixth title in a row. Expect challenges. Arsenal. The London City Lionesses won promotion to WSL. This season is as the league is set to exist 12 to 14. Top two sides from the L2 gain 14. The club that The playoff against the WSL 2, where relegation is at stake. The top 3 clubs from the WSL will all qualify for next season's Women's Championship. The WSL this league is packed with global superstars, elite talent, skill, and big personnel.
Federation Cup and vibe like you won't believe. The atmosphere is electric. Supporters, redemption. Have enjoyed tremendous success. In Nigeria tonight. The victor for the spoils. Transaction, you've got this is LFC TV. Get the latest from LFC trending, diving into highlights and honoured. It's great It's the 16th annual Globe Soccer and 2025 La Liga Awards. The 28th, 5-5.
Was a journey.
They played, you know.
Most enjoyable thing I've ever done.
Hmm. Bisa gitu. Riza. Ya kan? Kalau ngundang wong iso. Ini. Ya, guys, iki. Game akeh. Good. Benar. Berapa bulan berapa bulan? Nah, itu. Tiga. Anjir. Aduh, tidak kakak. Sudah sampai ke Beri. Wis, ngono.